Question: if you have kidney disease and your goal is getting better, which one of these is the fastest, most effective way of improving your kidney function? Maybe it is completely stopping eating sugar? Or maybe you can get a quicker result by supplementing the right vitamin, like those vitamins CKD patients are usually deficient in? Or you should just find the right detoxifier for you? Or maybe starting a low protein diet is the secret? Do you know what is the answer? If you know the answer, write it down in the comment section. Catherine here, I'm a doctor in natural medicine. So let's say that, hypothetically, you are here because you want to see a significant improvement in your kidney function in a short amount of time, alright? And let me be very clear on this. For most CKD patients, this is a real possibility, even in stage 4 and 5 of CKD. But what is the most effective way of doing that according to science? Is it completely avoiding sugar? Now guys, if you would ask any Instagram influencer today, avoiding sugar is the most bestest, fanciest thing in the universe for your kidneys, second only to taking a cold plunge every day at 5 o'clock in the morning.
I knew that willpower alone would not get me through this cold plunge.
Because nothing says I love my body better than shivering in a tub full of ice cubes before sunrise, of course. So is avoiding sugar really the panacea for all disease? Well, to find the answer, I experimented on myself. Guys, I have not been eating a single gram of added sugar for more than a year now. Yeah, I gave up sugar. Call me a martyr, call me a hero. Just don't call me late for dinner because there won't be any dessert. But has my kidney function improved over the course of this sugar-free year? And most importantly, are those TikTok and Instagram influencers right about the benefits of the sugar-free approach? Well, surprisingly enough, the influencers were not completely wrong for once. Actually, cutting sugar from your diet is supposed to have a huge list of health benefits. They say that avoiding sugar will make you mentally sharper. It helps with diabetes, with weight loss. It makes you feel happier and younger and glowing and taller. And you will have more friends. And so on. They forgot to mention it will also make you a legend in your own mind. Some of these benefits are actually supported by science, but not the part about getting taller, unfortunately. Sorry, Tom Cruise. But will avoiding sugar help with your kidney function? So here's the thing. Since I have started avoiding added sugar, my kidney function didn't improve one bit. Zilk. Nada. And do you know how much weight I have lost in this year? Not a single pound. But hey, I've gained some Instagram followers, so there's that. And I know that this is really anecdotal, but there are also some aspects of my health in which avoiding sugar helped me. For example, I do not have food cravings anymore, which is great, by the way. I mean, no more late night fridge raids. And some of the inflammatory markers in my blood tests improved as well. And I don't know if this is placebo effect or not, but I have not had any back pain or shoulder pain or anything else during the whole year. It's almost as if my body is whispering, "Thank you for not poisoning me with sugar, you magnificent human." Which is enough for me to keep avoiding added sugar. But is avoiding sugar the correct answer to the question? Well, of course not. Because while avoiding added sugar may help a little bit with weight loss and general health, removing sugar will help very little improving your kidney function, even if you have diabetes, says science. In fact, most recent research is even challenging the notion that sugar spikes your insulin more than, wait for it, protein. So, which one triggers more insulin response? An ice cream or a hamburger? We don't know, because everyone is different and it doesn't matter. In fact, what really matters for diabetes is cutting calories. And if these calories come from added sugar, great, but don't even think for a second that cutting sugar alone will revolutionize your kidney health. That's like believing you can cure a headache by swapping your socks. Spoiler alert, you can't. So in short, make sure you are completely avoiding any kind of sugar and take a cold plunge every morning if your goal is gaining more Instagram followers.
I'll be taking cold plunges every single day.
But why?
Because hey, who needs a healthy kidney when you can have 1,000 likes on your morning routine reel? But consider the other options in this video if your goal is improving your kidney function. And for the love of all things sane, stop listening to those crazy influencers who don't know the difference between added sugar and natural sugar. These are the same people who will tell you that blending a cauliflower can destroy dietary fiber.
Okay, if you pulverize the fiber in this cauliflower that I'm holding, it's basically the same as making a cauliflower smoothie. So a cauliflower smoothie has no structure.
What?
Seriously, this lady is telling people that the blade of a blender can cut structural molecules. A molecule of dietary fiber is nanometers wide. Do you know what that means? Saying that the blade of a blender can cut through dietary fiber is like saying you could cut through a blade of grass with a planet. I mean, how ridiculous can you get? Even her own comment section is mocking her, with people saying they'll swallow cauliflower whole from now on. If something like that happened to me, I'd quit social media and retreat to a monastic life. Yet, these shameless influencers are raking in millions of views on YouTube, telling people to avoid smoothies or maybe even to completely stop eating fruit. It's bananas. And I'm repeating myself, but the next time a patient comes to me desperate because they lost 20 GFR points in 3 months after starting a carnivore diet, I swear I'm gonna lose it. Okay, round over. Back to our question. Which one is the most effective way to improve kidney health? Is supplementing vitamins the answer to the question? By the way, guys, if at any point you think you know the answer, write it in the comment section and bask in your wisdom. Now, multivitamins and vitamins in general are not as hyped by influencers as low-carbs diet are. I mean, have you ever seen a hashtag vitamin life trending? But if you have kidney disease, vitamins might actually help you. Because you see, many CKD patients have vitamin deficiencies that can, in turn, make their kidney disease progress faster. Yay! Like as if kidney patients needed even more trouble. However, this issue can be greatly alleviated with the use of the right vitamins. Vitamin B12 is a prime example. Many CKD patients follow a plant-based diet, but plant-based foods have no vitamin B12, so you must supplement it to avoid the risk for anemia. I mean, who doesn't love feeling like a deflated balloon? Folate is another gem. If you've ever taken a renal multivitamin, you might have noticed they're packed with folate, more than 3 times the daily value. Have you ever wondered why? No, it's not because the vitamin companies are trying to fatten you up with folate. Well, the reason is a very large study. In kidney disease patients who are also taking an ARB or an ACE inhibitor, folate deficiency was very common. They found out. Shocker, right? And they also found out that once this deficiency was corrected with exactly 0.8 milligrams per day of folate, the patients were able to keep their kidney function for much longer. We're talking about a whopping 44% slower decline in renal function. That's almost as amazing as finding a parking spot right in front of your favorite coffee shop. So yeah, today renal vitamin companies are putting exactly 0.8 milligrams of folate in their multivitamin exactly due to that study. Makes you wonder why pharmaceutical companies aren't slapping a warning. This may literally destroy your kidneys label on their ARBs and ACE inhibitors after that study. Maybe that will be bad for their business? Who knows? And of course, the cardinal vitamin, the MVP of kidney vitamins, is vitamin D, which is associated with lowered proteinuria and a long list of other benefits. Not to mention that, if you take the right vitamins, you will also get even more benefits from vitamin B6, vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin K2, and more. Does this mean taking vitamins the right answer to the question? I mean, there are documented cases in medical literature of people improving their kidney function with vitamins alone after all. In fact, people with an actual vitamin deficiency may notice huge results when they start supplementing the right vitamin and in the right amount. And since the issue of vitamin deficiencies is common in people with CKD, if you have answered taking vitamins, you are not completely wrong. As anyone who's ever popped a renal multivitamin can testify, vitamins can make a difference, especially because not having a vitamin deficiency is just fabulous. I mean, you get to keep your bones in one piece and maybe even stop shivering all day like you're in an Arctic expedition. But, excluding some cases, taking vitamins is usually not enough to reverse the progression of kidney disease. It can slow it down, but vitamins are usually not enough to go, for example, from stage 4 to stage 3. Vitamins help, but they're usually not enough, unfortunately. So the first two entries will definitely help, but none of them will completely solve the problem. But hey, I've totally left the best for last. The diet and the detoxifiers. These are definitely the two heavyweights of the kidney ring. But who is going to win? Well, place your bets in the comment section. Both of these therapies have huge potential. Let's examine both the options, starting with detoxifiers. So, what do we have here? Acacia fiber, which is everyone's favorite, of course. I mean, it's practically the Taylor Swift of fibers. Chitosan, or as I like to call it, the only good thing crabs have ever done for us. Psyllium husk, the best friend of your gut. Some asked 120 directly from Japan, of course. Oh, imported detox fancy. Sodium bicarbonate, and even some activated charcoal and some probiotics. I mean, there is enough here to detoxify a whole poison ward in the hospital or at least a frat house after a wild weekend. But is this going to be enough to stop the decline of kidney function and maybe gain back some GFR points? Well guys, there are many documented cases in medical literature of CKD patients seriously improving their kidney function with one or more of these detoxifiers. For example, in a study called the dialysis-free protocol, some end-stage patients received AST120 plus, a prebiotic, in order to replace the need for dialysis. It worked quite well, and for several months they didn't need dialysis. And acacia fiber was also used as an effective form of intestinal dialysis. Some end-stage kidney disease patients were able to go on for up to 8 years without dialysis just by taking acacia fiber. Now guys, these studies come with a "do not try this at home" warning. Please, do not even think about using one of these instead of dialysis. I know that they did exactly that in these studies, but these patients were constantly being monitored by a team of doctors and researchers, alright? The reason why I'm showing you these studies is because they prove that acacia fiber can effectively remove kidney toxins and reduce the amount of work the kidneys have to do. But it is not a safe alternative to dialysis. Now, if you are interested in starting a detoxifier, I recommend getting informed about them. Detoxifiers are something you should use with a purpose, a clear goal in mind. For example, in my experience, if a patient has high creatinine and high cholesterol as well, I would probably direct them towards psyllium husk and chitosan. If a patient has too low CO2 in blood, I will immediately recommend sodium bicarbonate. Those with high creatinine are recommended acacia fiber. On the other hand, if a patient has gut health issues, I could suggest them to take probiotics and acacia fiber. Yeah, just like vitamins, these supplements are case specific. But how do you tell which one is right for you? Well, maybe I can help. Now guys, as some of you already know, we've started offering remote one-on-one video naturopathic consultations, which means that I have already met some fantastic people from my audience that are very knowledgeable about their health and very determined to improve it. And from now on, they will be able to do that with my direct help as well. And I have also decided to free up more time in the upcoming week so that I will be able to help more of you guys with my work. So if your goal is protecting the health of your kidneys and you are tired of guessing what works for you and what doesn't, well, send an email to Catherine@newhopeforkidneypatients.com so we will be able to talk. You will also find a link in description to contact me directly if you are interested. Okay guys, back to the video now. Before I tell you which one wins the battle for the fastest way to improve your kidney function, let's also examine what kind of results you could get by starting a renal diet. Because we have already seen that some CKD patients had incredible results with the help of the right detoxifier. But what about the diet? Well, there are several studies showing us that kidney function can significantly improve with the diet alone. For example, this large randomized controlled trial published on the BJN entitled Diet Therapy Along with Nutrition Education Can Improve Renal Function found out that, well, diet therapy along with nutrition education can improve renal function. This study was conducted on 120 patients in stage 3 and 4, and well, those in the intervention group improved when they were taught that foods contain protein and how to avoid them. This was also confirmed by many other studies as well, including what is probably one of the largest review of studies ever made about CKD. Yeah, the more fruit and veggies you eat, the better your kidney function, says science. And this is why it's not by chance that today every single CKD patient is strongly recommended to start a low protein diet by all the most important health organizations. So yeah, the diet is clearly our winner today. And let me know in comment section if you got this right. And if you are still not convinced that you 100% need to start a renal diet, well, consider this for a second. Do you remember those studies of patients who avoided dialysis with detoxifiers? Well, all of them were also started on a very low protein, plant-based renal diet. So think about that. And of course, you can also use all these strategies together if you are really determined to improve your kidney function. Yeah, even avoiding added sugar can help a little bit if you are really struggling to lose weight. And if you want to learn more about the renal diet, my video up here and also down in description is for you. And this is all for today. Thank you for watching. God bless you all. Bye-bye.